Hello everyone, I am Olga Vasquez and I'm a cadet here at the Robin McBee Firefighter EMS Youth Academy. Today we are joined here with Zhaia, who is a registered nurse at Medic Ambulance. Thank you so much for being here. To start things off, I'd like to ask you, why did you choose Medic Ambulance?
I chose Medic Ambulance because I wanted to gain experience as a first responder. So oftentimes when we get calls, we end up going to the patient's home. And I love being the first one to meet the patient and treat the patient and care for the patient. So it's nice that when I drop the patient off to their destination, such as the hospital, I get to give report to the hospital staff, and I get to say that, we met this patient on scene and they were in this state, and then we've established IVs, we've given medication, and from that time up until now, the patient's state has improved. So that's what I love most, and that's why I joined Medic Ambulance.
Thank you so much. We'd also like to know, what does it require to apply to work at Medic Ambulance as a registered nurse?
Yeah, so to apply at Medic Ambulance, all you really need as a registered nurse is your current RN license. There are some cards that you have to get, such as the BCLS, the ACLS, and the PALS. But the great thing with working with Medic is that they have an education center. So for example, when I had started, I only had my BCLS and my ACLS. I didn't have my PALS. So they were able to educate me at their Vallejo Education Center, and I was able to obtain it there.
Okay, that's wonderful input. We'd also like to know, what has your experience been so far working at Medic Ambulance?
My experience at Medic Ambulance has been wonderful. I think the most thing that I've enjoyed is that the team that I work with, I get to work with amazing medics, amazing EMTs, and also fire and the police officers as well. So we all have our own skills and we all have something to give to the patient, but at the same time, we're all working together as one end goal, and that is to care and to treat the patient immediately.
We'd also like to know if you would recommend Medic Ambulance to someone who is seeking a career as a nurse.
I do. I've already told people that I know that had just graduated and they're looking for a job. I'm like, apply at Medic. It's a great stepping stone. It's a huge stone to get into, to gain experience. So for me, I was able to, like I said before, meet the patient before we go to the hospital. So most nurses gain experience, or the environment that they work in is hospital settings. When you work for Medic, you get to do that. It's a different environment, and you get to focus on one patient at a time. So a lot of times nurses, it's a very stressful situation at the hospital, especially as a new grad. You're just entering and you just get flustered. When you are working for Medic, we have one patient that we get a call and we get to focus on that patient. And that's what I love most, because in the hospital setting, you're working with up to 4 patients at a time, and it could be really stress-inducing. So I do recommend working at Medic as a registered nurse. Also, if you are into becoming a transport nurse, such as the CCT nurse or a flight nurse, this is the place to gain experience.
Okay, that is amazing. And in honor of National Nurse Appreciation Month, we'd also like to ask you a bit more of a personal question. Why did you decide to pursue a career as a registered nurse?
Okay, so I decided to pursue a career as a registered nurse because I truly care about people. Nothing brings me more joy than to help someone in need. And so as a nurse, I'm able to spend more time with the patient. Doctors are amazing, but they don't have as much one-on-one time with the patient like nurses do. So that's why I really like being a nurse, because I get to spend more time and get to treat and care for the patient on a more personal level. Thank
you so much for your time and the answers you provided us today. Once again, we'd like to thank Zhaia, so much for coming onto our show and giving us this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's a pleasure.
Thank you.